Hey everybody, Andy Timmons. Welcome back to Melodic MUSE for Guitar World. And we're continuing talking about building, and today we're going to put some of these pieces together and play over a C-sharp minor blues. So I'm going to be trying to do the best I can to play some really beautiful melodies with bending, and I hope it inspires you. So let's get into it. So here's the chord progression. As I start the solo, I've always kind of have some kind of potential direction in mind. I want to start simply, and as the lines build, you'll see that I'm kind of ascending up the neck. Even though it's just one time through a blues form, and I might continue playing as the band vamps up. But even just this one time through the form, it's got a certain direction. It's starting kind of low and building up and building excitement and kind of climaxing in a certain way before the band comes in fully. So when I start off on that C-sharp minor, I might not be remembering verbatim what I played, but some of the basic things that I was doing, and it's all really revolving around bending melodies through the chord tones, right? So I'm going to be very aware that if I'm on C-sharp minor 7, I know where the root is, where that third is, particularly the fifth is, and where the flat 7 is, and where the root is, right? So I played something to the right. So I'm making a melody, bending up to the ninth. Another common thing I do quite a bit is, even though I'm bending up to a scale tone, I might bend again to the next scale tone, and that's what I'm doing. I'm bending up to the ninth from the C sharp, and then adding another half step to that by achieving the third. Because again, I know that's what's outlining that harmony. That's what's giving you the tone of the chord. But I'm really featuring more the ninth because it's more of a kind of a tension note. But then I resolve it in a way to where I'm coming back down to the root and eventually back down to the fifth. The next phrase I get into, I'm bending further up through. There I get up. I'm getting up into this position here in the ninth fret, where I'm bending from the fifth to the flat 7. Now that's a minor third bend. So this time I'm not going up to the next scalar pitch. I'm actually skipping a tone, going to the next pitch. So that's. But I start by bending to that 7th. And that's a nice tension tone because we're on a static C-sharp minor. So that note, that's the 6th scale degree. And so it's a kind of a cool. It's like the ninth where it wants to resolve. So, but I'm bending up. Do that kind of thing all the time. As I'm wanting to gather even more energy and kind of a climax to the solo on that, when it gets to the 5 chord, I utilize this bend. That's a very bluesy way of approaching the 5 chord, in that I'm starting on the root, bending from the flat third to the 4th, and instead of releasing to the flat third, it's flat third plus. It's not quite the major third, not the minor third. Right. Then I slide all the way up here to where I'm fretting the F sharp. I mean, the F sharp bending up to the G sharp. And here's the first time we get into a chromatic bend. So I'm achieving the root, letting it descend to the natural 7 into the flat 7. And all the way up to that high C sharp bending from B to C sharp. Actually, I think I included the flat 9, didn't I? So there's a chromatic. Then all the way up to the flat 9 from the flat 7.